I do live streams from time to time. I just have kind of fallen down on doing them as often lately, just because I don't know if I'm running out of time. Like, I don't have as much time to do them. But I always say that I'm a long hair entertainment channel because I know what my channel is about. I'm not really a tutorial channel. Like, even though I show you how I do my hair and I talk about my success with long hair, I've never been a DIY type of channel. I'm more like a conversational channel. Whereas I do have some edited videos, but I just kind of believe in long hair entertainment. Like, to me, it's conversation, it's talking about hair, it's a little bit less rigid, it's just more my conversational, little bit eclectic style. And I'm wearing this really cute polka dot dress. As you know, I love polka dots these days. I used to just love floral dresses, but it seems like polka dot dresses started to overtake the floral dresses. Yeah, they did. Although I did all my laundry and I'm still trying to find where I put my slips in the closet. I have a lot of clothes, so I really need to sort them better. I mean, they're organized, but anyhow. So I kind of wanted to talk about this concept of the long hair content farm. Okay, so when it comes to social media, YouTube social media, Facebook social media, pretty much any website is social media, except for maybe your own blog or something. But that, like in the early days, I guess because I've been on the internet for a long time, I've seen it, like the arc of it. Like, people used to gather in forums. And like I always said, I wasn't the biggest fan of the long hair community because I don't know, I just thought it was a little too chatty. Like, I like when people can get together and talk, but I would rather have my own channel where people can kind of talk and we just have our own conversation. I don't really like group forums per se, and I do like Instagram, don't get me wrong. But I like it because, okay, I like to look at genealogy, history, art. Like, I like the more artistic side of Instagram, and I think sometimes seeing long hair on Instagram can be very beautiful. But, there are some Instagram channels, and I don't think they mean, like, I don't think they did this as a bad thing. But some of them are long hair content farms. And do you know what a content farm is? Okay, even YouTube is basically a content farm. It's where you have many types of content that all come together, and YouTube makes revenue off that. But so does Instagram, so does Facebook, so does TikTok. Pretty much any modern website with ads, even the long hair community, is a content farm. And they make money because for every post that you post on there are ads on there. And you know what? I don't begrudge the people. I don't begrudge that, because to run a website, if you've ever owned a website, like, it takes money to run a website. It takes money to host content. So I don't mind, but also too, individual channels are content farms sometimes. So sometimes there's these long hair channels and on Instagram, and I don't care what they do. But one of them is definitely a long hair content farm. So, like, they'll reach out to you and they'll be like, I want to share your photo on Instagram. And I'll be like, oh, that seems really nice. Although I kind of looked at their description and I don't have anything against them, but they said they had, like, all these models that were modeling for them. But, they're just regular Instagram people. Like, they didn't pay us. They didn't pay anybody to be a model. And honestly, I've never claimed to be a model. I just do long hair in real life. That's why I never use, like, the hashtag long hair model or anything like that, because I never was, okay? I've never done long hair modeling for anyone. Like, pictures I take, everything I do, it's just myself. It's because I have this artistic vision. I love photography. Like, look, I'm kind of dorky. I bought a ring light the other day and unboxed it on my other channel. So, I've never, like, done professional modeling, and there's nothing, I don't have anything against it, but there's this, like, long hair content farm. It keeps telling people that they have all these models that are modeling for them, and I'm like, is that so? Are these women all modeling for that channel? Well, maybe some of them are, but, like, they reached out to me and they shared one of my pictures, and then later they deleted it, and I was like, I mean, usually I wouldn't care. But they reached out to me again, like they had shared some of my content before, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna share your content." And then the next day, I just asked her. I just said, "Oh, I noticed like you kind of made a big deal about wanting to share this video, my video, like reposting it. And then I noticed you deleted it." And then the person, I mean, it was a nice response. They were like, "Oh, I'm so," I mean, I could have just let it go, but I just thought it was weird because, okay, they reached out to me. They made it sound like, oh, they want to share my content. So I was like, okay. And they did that before. Okay? They did that before. But I noticed that they deleted it. And I don't really care. I think, hola, ¿cómo está usted? Anyway, I suspect, this is just my thought, they may have deleted my content because, I don't know, maybe that post didn't get as many views. And when I asked about it, they just were like, "Oh, we want to put it back." But, you know, I didn't even follow up on it. I just kind of should have let it go. But I just hope people know, okay. So when you go, I don't really care if there's Instagram channels that share photos of long hair ladies. That doesn't bother me. But it's like when you claim to be a modeling agency and you're not really paying all these people, and then you reach out to them, it's just like, I'm not stupid. I can kind of see they would delete certain posts because maybe the post of mine that they shared wasn't as popular. That's fine. I really like the braid that I did. I don't really need them to host it anyway because I thought about it. I'm like, I'd rather just have the content on my channels. Like, it was a video that I edited of the 3 braids within a braid, and when my hair was super long, that was a really good way to use up length of my hair. And here's another reason I suspect that they may have deleted it, and I don't really care. You know, my hair is still really long, but you're still dealing with haters if your hair is still long but it's not mega long anymore. Like the Gawker people, like basically you were only good enough for them when your hair was mega long, which to me, like there was this guy, like he did it on TikTok, and believe me, this doesn't hurt my feelings, but I said something to him because he was like gawking all over every video of mine saying how wonderful my length was. But then I knew it was just a matter of time because he was one of those people, like, it's fine to love super long hair because I do too, but he wasn't like watching any of my videos on YouTube. He doesn't listen to my explanation. It was just like the other day when somebody said your hair is short, although my hair's not short. Like I had somebody on Instagram message me saying, when your hair was long, I'm like, my hair is still long, genius. I don't know like if you failed like mathematics or something, but 33 inches is long. Maybe mathematics is not your forte. It might not be as long as it was, but my hair is still really long. My hair is longer, actually, than when I started this channel in 2017. So I'm like, I don't have time for silliness. Yes, I liked having super long hair. I explained what happened, and you know what? It's because don't ever mix henna with conditioner. And I was honest about it, and I'm honest on my channel. I don't lie. But honesty isn't valued, and whatever, I don't care. So like, oh yeah, this guy on TikTok, he got so mad. They realized my hair wasn't as long anymore. He's like, your hair's not as long, and I'm like, yeah, but my hair's still probably long as yours. So he went through and deleted every comment, and I'm like, oh, okay, you do that, mister. You do that. So to me, the question comes, do you like long hair because you like it and you truly want to know how to take care of it, and you understand like the power behind long hair, the symbolism behind long hair, real discussions, real talk behind long hair, or are you just a gawker? Like, do you just like gawk at people and like treat them as a plaything? Because in this lifetime, like, you pretty much can learn who is real and who's not, okay? And I can kind of get down to it pretty fast. And it's unsettling for some people. They don't like that because I have a deep pulse on that. Like, I kind of know. I'm like, are you a real one? Like, if you're a real one, put in the comments, I'm a real one. Like, that's kind of a test. Like, I'll see who actually watched this part because they'll put in the comments, I'm a real one. We'll see. So anyway, if you're a real person and you're not like all like weirded out like or like strange about like actually people with really long hair, they're not even gonna write these kind of weird comments. And I'm not offended, okay? I am not offended. But it kind of made me realize how there's different dynamics. There's either the hair cutting fetish people, which I don't like, they're weird. The ones that want women to grow their hair long so they can cut it and post all sorts of ick pictures, or there's the ones that only want to look at pictures of super long hair, but they don't really admire or respect the women who grow their hair that long, or even care that it took the effort that it took them. Like, they don't have respect for those women, or even men that might have grown their hair that long. It's not like really a respect thing. It's just like, I'm gawking, and you can appreciate long hair. There's nothing wrong with it. But then I draw the line when you think, well, like the guys that would come and harass people because they cut their hair or something. Like, look, long hair is very beautiful, but if you're going to people's videos and you're harassing them because they cut their hair, do you think maybe that's a bad idea? Like, do you think maybe like your values need a reassessment? Like, you know, it's very indicative of people who treat other people like playthings or objects or disposable. Like, I have a deep pulse on that. If you do that to people, I can detect it. And before I was always just kind of like, oh, la la la, and I would give people like that the benefit of the doubt, and I thought, and I don't have anything against them, but I'm just like, yeah, I know what you're about. Like, you don't really like long hair. You just like the aesthetic of long hair. And rather than maybe like try to like support somebody in real life who's growing their hair long, I don't know, you could, or just even on YouTube or anything, you go to women's channels who might have cut their hair for, I don't know, like, look, I want to still have long hair, but there's some women, they no longer want to have long hair. So some of these dudes go to their channel and they're harassing them. They're harassing these women that change their mind. I don't know. It's just like, why? Like, what benefit did you get out of that? Does it make you feel more powerful, maybe? I don't know. That's kind of what I think. I think some of these guys that do that feel more powerful. Like, they're like, oh, she grew her hair long, but it's no longer long. So I'm going to go and, like, diss her and tell her that she's not as attractive to me anymore. And blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, no, buddy. You're rude on a stick. You're rude, rude, rude. So, like, you can admire long hair, but stop harassing people or stop. So at the end of the day, my kind of assertion about the long hair content farm is, I think some of them like you when your hair is a super long length because it definitely gets attention, and it did. I really did like how super long my hair was, but personally, after that part got tangled, like, I just decided I couldn't get this tangle out from the bad kind of treatment. But the thing is, henna probably is okay in general. I don't think henna is bad per se. I think it's the mixing it with conditioner that, and plus my hair was really super long and that one part got a tangle, and yeah, and I wanted to, you know, it's kind of cool actually to start again, growing your hair back out. And even though I think floor length hair would be really super beautiful, I also kind of think too, if I ever did have that length of hair, I kind of would want to have like so much free time I could just focus on combing out my hair. Like, I wouldn't want to be in a position where I have to wear a mask all day and have it in a bun all day. Like, I was just kind of thinking about that too, like, because I was getting so many headaches like with my hair. Like, I don't know if people know, and they probably don't care, but wearing your hair in a bun for 14 hours with a mask and glasses, it's daunting. But if you think like if you're not tender-headed, and okay, like let's say you did 50 hours stints per week outside of the house with your hair in buns and glasses and a mask, with all those things, and you're tender-headed, like, I was getting the worst migraines, and I just couldn't figure out why. I'm like, why are my migraines? And that's not even why I cut my hair. But I will tell you this, I haven't really had migraine headaches as much. they've kind of gone away. So I just kind of think too, if I ever do have that length of hair again, I want it to be maybe ideally, if my hair ever did get that long, ideally at that time of my life I wouldn't have to be wearing a mask all day, and I could just have it in a braid so it wouldn't have to be up all the time. Like, I just kind of think about that too, because I have to say, like, it's kind of great, Jelly Jam amazing not to have a headache anymore. So I feel so much better not having migraine headaches, because wearing my hair up always kind of gave me a headache. But as time went on, like, I got a little bit better at it, but just like, no, there were just so many pins, and it was a lot of work too. Like, I know the 5-minute flat combing club, they get their hair combed out in 5 minutes flat, and like, they don't have any issues with comb time, and for them it's just fast, everything's a breeze. But I don't know, I have wavy hair that curls up into each other, so that wasn't my hair journey at all. A lot of us women with like more wavy, curly hair textures, it takes more time to detangle. It really does. This thing right here is my best friend. I love it, okay? Helps with detangling. Really, truly does. For surely. So you should check it out. Like, it is pretty good. So going forward, yeah, I'm glad that I had super long hair. I am growing my hair again. Am I going to stress out if my hair is not upper calf length yet? No. It took a long time to get there. And I also think about this. I kept my hair super long through the depth of the pandemic. Did you? Did you do that? Did you? I was never on lockdown. And that's what another thing about my channel was all about. I was out. Like, when they were saying, you better have your ID because soon they might be seeing if you're supposed to be out. And I was out working during lockdown with my hair up, wearing a mask and doing all that, every day. No stay at home for me. Like, I didn't do the stay at home order because I had to work through the pandemic. Like, I wonder, and that's just something that I know about myself. And if I could have super long hair through that, then yeah, it's different than if you're just like, I'm not negating working from home, but it's a lot easier because the people I know now that they're working from home more, honestly, they don't have to put on all that stuff on their face, or maybe they just don't get migraines. So yeah, it makes a difference. It really does, in just my opinion. But those are just my thoughts on that. So if I don't make the cut of a long hair content farm, I'm like, well, there's so much more to long hair. What can I tell you about my thoughts on long hair? I'm like, what are my thoughts on having long hair through a pandemic? Well, I know you don't have to wash your hair every single day to prevent getting the thingy thing that they talked about, because I never got it. You know what you need to do? Just take a shower. You get water on your hair, you'll be okay. They did studies that said the virus could not spread on hair. This is true. Google it. Google's your best friend, okay? So I speak the truth, because a lot of people started telling me I would have to wash my hair every single day with the thing out there, and I'm like, no, it's airborne. Like, it's if you're inhaling. It's not. People, like, just take your shower. I don't wear a shower cap. I never got it. Like, I tested myself with the Binex test. Okay, the Binex test, right? During the depth of it, never had it once. I got the vaccine. I wore the mask at work, so I don't even want to hear about it. Like, the people who say, like, you're gonna get it on your hair or something, not true. Because I know that rumor has been going around and around. Like, if it makes you feel better to wash your hair more, then you should do it. Recently, I have actually just been washing my hair more because I realized when it got shorter, it can't go as long. Like, I had worked up to going a month without washing my hair, but I'm like, I can't really do that anymore. So I've actually recently gone back to once a week. I might talk about that, but once a week's enough for me. That's plenty. It's like how I used to do it in the old days. I think having knee-length hair, you could go longer. And I was doing scalp rinses, but I just kind of was realizing at the end of November, can't really get away with that anymore because. But I will tell you this: if I wash my hair more frequently, I have to put a lot of oil on it. I just do, so it like feels hydrated back up. So that was kind of the thing I liked about going so long without like being able to extend my scalp washes and just kind of let the water hit my roots in the shower. I really like that because it also too, I wet down my hair every day. Like I'm always constantly putting water in my hair because it kind of refreshes your wavy hair. But the thing I just kind of liked about extending it out was it was just easier. Like I felt like my hair just combed through so easily. But yeah, I was beginning to notice recently that I can't do it anymore with my scalp, with my hair just being shorter. Like it can't handle that. Also too, I had used like this Shea Moisture leave-in conditioner, and I don't think I like that brand because I actually threw that stuff out because it just seems like it kind of had some buildup on my scalp. So I threw it out and I was like, no, I can't do that. So I went back to just using my Aussie, like I'm kind of using some Aussie products like at the moment. And yeah, I don't know, I kind of like mainstream drugstore hair products, even though I do have the Everyday Coconut. I have that shampoo and conditioner, but I'm really happy just with the Aussie detangler, and I would probably buy Aussie shampoo and conditioner again. I also have Suave. Like I have several different kinds of shampoo, you know. I alternate them. Oh, look, the little spammer he was in the chat, the Veritech spam guy. Yeah, that's been a fun thing lately. We get like these spam links in our chats, and I'm like, really? Like, you know, there's all sorts of like bots going around YouTube. I didn't know that there was a religious comment bot, but it was going to QVC videos about cheesecake, like just these compilations, like. It was this guy on QVC, this presenter. He tried some cheesecake and I guess it wasn't good. And he said, that's horribly tasty. Like he had to cover it up at the last minute because he's on air. And he's like, oh no, I can't say the cheesecake doesn't taste good. It was funny. It was like, okay, you guys are funny. But the chatbot thing was on there. It was telling people to accept Jesus into their life on a cheesecake video. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And somebody was like, oh, I remember this particular compilation. And then here comes another chat bot. Like, there were 3 of them in there. So there's chat bots of a religious nature. Then there's, like, the porn chat bot. And then there's, like, the diet supplement chat bot. And I'm like, you guys, like, nobody's going to click on that. Nobody's going to go to the links and be like, oh, my God. You have a link to like that. I just have to click on it. It's just like, okay. Can we talk about how absurd it is? Like, who are you guys? Like, what is the purpose? Like, who is gonna be on a YouTube video about cheesecake and be like, oh my God, I'm gonna accept Jesus into my life because some spam bot like said it in the comments like that's just the answer. Or who's gonna be in the comments of some YouTube video about, I don't know, puppies and some gross like adult content thing that's not even allowed on YouTube, like spamming it. Who are these people? Like nobody's gonna be like, wow, you just gave me the answer to life. I want to be there and I want to be part of your thing. Nobody cares. Like they don't. But do you like my braid? They don't care about your spam in a can. Spam in a can can go live in the sand, right? Anyway, thanks for watching.